Hello everybody and welcome to the first episode of Dripp Yaps. This is a new series that we're doing where I just talk about stuff. We got these PNG'S, they're tough. My brother made them. Shout out to my brother. And yeah, let's just get into it. The first topic I'm going to talk about is my favorite show from when I was younger, and it's freaking the show Talking Tom and Friends, so we're going to talk about it. When I was like 6 or 7... Hold on. When I was like 7 or 8 years old, I used to glaze this show, bro. Like, this is my favorite show of all time. So basically, it's about this show about like these 5 characters, right? You got Tom, right? He's a pretty popular mobile game character from hit game Talking Tom. And then you have Ben. Everyone knows Ben, right? Barn, you know, ho ho ho. Everyone knows him, right? There's Angela. She spies on you through your screen. You know her? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. And then there's also Ginger. He's 7. That's all I have to know about him. And then there's Hank. So that's the whole cast, and I really like this show. So basically, in season 1, it's just like peak, bro. Like, it's just day to day, like kind of slice of life kind of show, but it's really good though, and it's just like, I don't know, like you just kind of have to watch it. But looking back on the show, there's just some insane arcs and stuff that I just kind of want to talk about in this video. So first of all, in episode like 10 or something, I don't know, it was like 11 or 12, so it was something like that. So the character Ben, right? Everyone knows Ben, right? They all go on like a camping trip, right? The whole gang. And so the character Ben is like annoyed with everyone or whatever, so he goes and just sits on his computer, and you know, they're in the middle of the desert, right? But he goes and sits on his computer in the middle of the desert. And then, basically what he does, he gets on his computer, he goes on social media, and then the moon messages him. Like the moon. And basically what he does is he goes and he, like, falls in love with the moon. It is the moon. Like, the thing that orbits the Earth was his girlfriend for, like, a couple episodes. The next episode, he like, goes to the moon. And then, like, another guy comes to the moon, and it's, like, a predicament. And then, yeah, so that was an arc. And then another arc is Will Z, right? So you have Will Z. He pulls up, right? And he's just, like, the coolest person ever, even though Tom, you know, Tom. And basically, Tom thought he was a nerd. But he comes up, and he's, like, super cool, right? And so, basically, the first episode is just, like, Tom being like, hey, like, you could be cool. But Tom, like, does a catapult into the sun, and he gets like hospitalized, right? But and in and then like in season 2, he comes back, right? Because like whatchamacallit, like they were being mean to Ginger, so Ben, as an apology, got him a Will Z signed hoverboard, right? So he comes back, and then he gets sucked into this alternate universe called the Coolverse, where everyone's super duper cool. And they have to get him out by singing the Pajama Pals theme song. This show is genuinely insane. Season 3, boom, right? They're there, and like they're playing a Minecraft, not Minecraft, right? The world of not Minecraft. They're just sitting there. They're playing not Minecraft, and then they get like they beat non Minecraft, right? But in the process of beating not Minecraft, the freaking people like escape, the mobs escape not Minecraft, and then they invade the real world, and then like they like kidnap Angela. Like this is real. Like this is a real show. All right, the season 4 and 5 were so bad, but like I'll just talk about it. So basically, there's an episode where Hank like crashes out because they made a mobile game, right? And the mobile game is like, it's mobile slap, right? Mobile slap. So they go, right? And he makes a board game. The board game flops, so he tries to like shut down the servers of the Bongo McGillicuddy mobile game because, oh yeah, it's Bongo McGillicuddy also. Yeah, that's another thing. Bongo McGillicuddy is like an in-show show. I forgot to mention that. If that makes sense, I don't know if that really makes sense, but like in the show, Bongo McGillicuddy is a show, if that makes sense. So yeah, so he makes the whole thing, right? And he tries to shut down the servers with like a giant magnet. That's like the fan on his back, as you can see here in the thumbnail. And also another thing is that the season 4 finale sucked, bro. Because in the season 4 finale, there was no like build up, because like normally there's just like build up, right? There's like there's like episodes that build up all the way to the finale, but basically there was no build up. It was just like it just went straight to the finale. And like literally the whole thing was like the agency, which is like, you know, Ben's girlfriend, like she works for the agency, and like they're like a government agency. No duh. But basically she works for the agency, and then she was like, yo, like they were like, yo, let me turn off gravity, right? And so they go into like it's like I don't even know, like they go to another dimension where the agency and capitalism switched places, or democracy or something like that, and like there was like a resistance with Hank and Ginger and like all that stuff, and it was and there was no reason why they wanted to turn off gravity. They just did it for no reason. It made no sense. I hated it. It was terrible. I didn't like it. Also, I'm just gonna randomly give y'all some random Talking Tom theories with literally no context, okay? Hank is adopted, right? Also the plants, they were there. They were placed because they're trying to get out the time loop, and that's why they wear clothes, right? And then also season 4 and 5 are Ultimate Dimensions, because again, that's why they're wearing clothes. Yeah. So I'm not gonna explain these theories, but they're there. So basically, the show has 5 seasons, and so at the end of the season 5 finale, the garage, you know, where like the whole gang like hangs out or whatever, it gets destroyed, and then Roy, which is like the best, he wasn't the best villain, but he was like one of the best villains, got away. He got away, and it ends there. So I'm gonna say what happens after that. In the lore, this is canon, because no one really cares if I say it's canon. Basically, what they do is they sell the garage, or like they sell the taxi, like, because like they have a car, right? So they sell it, and then with that money they buy an RV, and then they just go around the world chasing them, and then to afford food and gas or whatever. Angela, because she's like a singer, right? She basically she goes on tour as they're chasing them. So she basically just does pop-up shows. And yeah, so that's basically the whole video. I don't know, this is just episode 1. I'm probably gonna release episode 2 later, because I definitely have a lot more things I want to talk about. But yeah, so this has been episode 1. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Subscribe to join First 500 Legends, listen to my albums, and subscribe, or don't, I don't really care.